Good evening, ladies. How are you doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. All right. Yes, I am wearing my Lion shirt because they won today. Right, I am going to give you a few moments to get on, and I'm going to kind of organize my mess here. All right, when you get here, say that you're here so I know who's on with me. All righty. Tonight we are going to make a 2-page layout, and my photos for tonight are from the Chihuly Garden that is in Seattle. Yes, I am still working on my Alaska book. I am almost done. I'm just not quite finished. I'm trying to think how many more pages I have to go. I still have Vancouver to finish. Well, Vancouver to start and finish because I haven't done any of Vancouver yet. And I still have the Mopop Museum in Seattle, so I still have that layout to do, and I think I'm closer to being done than not being done, which is good, thank goodness. Okay, so tonight's layout, I went with a little bit of a busy paper, but then I also went with a very subdued paper. Both of these papers are from Stampin Up, and then I also am pulling in this foil paper that has a bit of a pattern. Let's see if it will pick up on camera. I'm hoping it will. There is a slight pattern as if it's been embossed. It kind of shows just a little when the light hits it. So I am using that instead of glitter paper. So let's get started with our layout. All right, I am using white as my base. And then I have my busy paper, so you're going to need 3 strips of it that are 1 1/4 by 12. Now mine was very directional, so I actually had to cut into 2 pieces. So this one, where the flowers are going horizontal, and then I needed to cut a 3rd going vertical. So that's going to go over here. So again, those were 1 1/4 by 12. Okay. And I'm going to set those up there. And then you're going to need a less busy paper or a non-busy paper. You could do cardstock. You could do something very subdued like I did here. And those are 6 by 12. So my 6 by 12 pieces, one will be going to the right hand side and the other one is going to go in the middle. I realize the pattern itself doesn't flow, but once you have the photos on, it's really okay. So our basic layout is going to look something like this on the right. And I think I want, I don't know if I want this in between. I think I do, just to kind of break it apart. And then I'm going to do the same here. So I'm going to actually put the 6 by 12 down first. I mean, the other side is equally gorgeous. It just does not match my photos. And you will see in just a moment my pictures. I must be getting to the end of a roll of adhesive here. All right, since it is 6 by 12, I want to place this at 3 inches from the bottom. or 3 inches from the top, whichever you prefer. Okay, so that's going to go there. Now I'm going to place the foil. If you don't have foil and you're using glitter, then that's exactly what you will put. You will put your glitter or your foil piece next. And I am going to use liquid glue because it is only 1/4 of an inch. And to use a tape runner would be kind of crazy. So I'm going to put a strip below that 6 by 12. And then I'm going to put one above. So it was 3 pieces at 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 by 12. I cannot get over how beautiful our weather has been. I mean, granted, I am kind of ready for some sweaters. Not gonna lie, I am ready for sweater weather. But I guess we can continue loving on this beautiful weather that we are having. Okay, I'm gonna set my liquid glue aside, and we are going to put this floral on next. And they did come from the same paper collection. I just cannot remember the name of it. I will put it in the description over on the YouTube channel. But when you see the photos, you're going to see why I chose this paper. Now, the Chihuly Garden, it is in Seattle, and it is just outside of the Space Needle. And what's kind of cool is you can actually see the Space Needle from the gardens. And all of the statues, I guess is what it would be, they are different types of flowers. They're all made out of glass. So it is stunning. It was mine and my mom's favorite place when we were in Seattle. Okay, so this is our left-hand side. I do need to do a little trimming. It seems to be a little bit long, but it's okay. I will come back and do that after. Let's put our paper down on the right-hand side, because then it will make it so much easier for our photos and our embellishments. And this we are going to put flush to the right. I'm sorry, it is flush to the left, but on the right hand side of my page. And I am going to put that foil next. So we're going to put our foil piece down right next to it, and it's just going to butt right up to that 6 by 12. And then we're going to do the flower piece next. Who watched the Lions game? I missed the first half. My mom and I were at BJ's and Aldi and Ollie's getting a few things that we needed, and then got home just in time for the second half of the game, and oh boy was that an amazing game. Okay, so I'm going to put that busy paper, so I have it separated by that little bit of foil. Okay, and I'm gonna put the pin in that over there. Alrighty. I have a bunch of embellishments. I did buy some postcards. So this is what it looks like. It is a postcard, and I might actually frame this and have it somewhere up here in my craft room, just because it's so stunning. Here is another postcard, and you can see there's the Space Needle, and this is inside, and that's all glass. Isn't that just amazing? And then here is two more postcards that I purchased. Now this is on the outside, so this inside this arch is this. This is all glass. It's absolutely breathtaking. So those are just postcards, and they're fantastic. All right, now here are my photos. So I have 3 that are 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And I was thinking I was going to put them here. I do feel like it needs a little bit, like they need to be matted on something. But let's get them all down first, and then we'll pull some cardstock at that point. Okay, so now I'm going to have 3 by 4 photos. So this is Chihuly Garden in glass. Here is another one. So maybe, I don't know if I want that then. So here would be those 3 by 4s. And I'm almost thinking I just want like one strip of cardstock going all the way across. And then I am going to put a flip flap over this photo. And then I have a 4 by 6. So that's going to go there, and then I have another flip flap that's going to go here. So we're going to put that one there. And then I have this flip flap, which I'm going to then put my journaling here. So let's just kind of set that there for now, and then we'll come back to it. Now, I'm feeling like I want to pull in a little bit of this pink, because you're going to see pink in these flowers. It's like a pinky red. There's a pink here in Ron's shirt. You've got a little bit of pinky-ish in these photos. Not really in this one, but it's okay. So, but I really think that's kind of what it's needing. So I am going to grab a piece of pink. I think yellow is going to be too bright. So let's go with pink. And I'm going to check. This is Ballerina. So it's really not super bold, but I think it's bold enough. All right, I'm going to grab Flamingo. But Flamingo might be too, oh, it's not that bright. Kind of blends in with that. All right, let's see how it looks with our photos. That looks really nice though. I like that. Kind of like that. All right, let's try the ballerina again. And I'm gonna put my photos on that. See, that's just a little bit softer. But I do like this. All right, let's try the back side, the lighter side. Oh, I like that even better. All right, I think that's what we're gonna go with. We'll go with the back side of Flamingo. Okay, so my thought is, instead of doing individual mats, I'm going to do one solid and then put that down. So this is 4 inches. So I'm kind of thinking I would want maybe a 1/4 of an inch here and a 1/4 of an inch here. So that means we need like 4 1/2. So I'm going to do 4 1/2 inches. Oh my gosh, my neighbors are loud again. So let's do that. And I'm going to move this out of our way for a moment. And we are going to put this down. I'm going to go right to 3 3/4 from the bottom. Just like that. Okay, let's set our photos back on, and then I will begin the gluing process. Let's actually shift that over. Just like that. Okay, so I'm going to start with the outer photo and begin placing that on. I posted yesterday the upcoming paper pumpkin class that will be utilizing the September kit. We will be having class October 25th. So if you are interested in that class, please be signed up by the due date, because I do need to prep the projects. And let's see what else is coming up. Next Saturday will be the Weekend Adventure Scrapbook Workshop. You had to already be registered for the class. And I finished prepping that, so that is all ready for the participants. And then on the 18th of October, we will be having the Christmas card workshop. And again, that was already a prepay, pre-register situation. Okay, so my flip flap is gonna go right here. So our photo is of that really beautiful ceiling that's all glass, but then you have more of the glass and all of us were standing. And then we just put the camera on the ground and set a timer. The other photo is just another one of the sculptures. And they're just gorgeous, unbelievable. So I will put this on the page protector once I put it into my album. So that's gonna go there. And we'll come back to the title in a second. Let's work on this side because I think we need to do the same thing here for these 3 photos. Let's kind of check. So the photos themselves are 3 3/4. So I kind of am thinking something like this. Okay, so that side I gave myself 1/4 of an inch top and bottom of the photo. So I'm going to want to do the same thing here. So I will cut a mat that is 1, 2, 3, 4 inches. So I'm going to cut a 4-inch mat. And we're going to put this one on next. There is a new promotion with Stampin' Up! Right now. They have an advent calendar that is $99. Inside it, you will receive product that's hidden behind the 12 days, and things that are in there are different kinds of embellishments and ephemera. There are some die cuts. I cannot show you because I don't have mine here yet, but from what I've seen and heard, oh my goodness, it looks amazing. So I am looking forward to my box getting here, which it hasn't even shipped because I just ordered it on Friday. Okay, that's looking really good. I like that because then you have more of this blue showing there. Let's start with the middle photo. The other promotion that is going on right now, or it will be starting, I think October, would be a signing on promotion. Like you could do the basic kit for $35, which is just unbelievable. And then I believe you get like $99 worth of product. And then the other one was a little bit more, and I don't remember the price point of that. But if you are thinking, hey, I'd like to sign up, I want just the discount, happy to have you join. Okay, now let's see. I, of course, don't have enough for this photo, but I'm thinking since it's on white, I don't need it. So I'm just going to set that over here. And we are going to put that photo down. Now this one's not a true 4x6, which my flip flap is a 4x6. So what I'm going to have to do is put those photos on a piece of 4x6 paper, and then it will go over and it'll go right here. And then this one's going to go right there. And we will place this. So this is that beautiful arch that like I had in the postcard. And then this is my son and I, and we are in front of that other that sculpture. So this one's going to go roughly there. Okay, let's start with some embellishing. This is my favorite part. My favorite part. So for my embellishments, I am using a card kit, and then I'm also using the foiled frames, labels, and ephemera. So I'm using those. I don't know which way I want this, but I'm thinking something up here, and I was going to put my title as well. And my title was just going to be simply Chihuly Garden, keeping it very simple. in. Oh, the E goes over here in garden. Like, wait a second, why do I have an E? And then we can bring the garden in. That'll go over here. So I'm thinking something like that up here for the title. Since we have one hexagon here, I'm thinking I want one on this side, so it would create that visual triangle for us. That I like. All right. And that one card actually has, that card kit that I'm using has some vellum pieces, which I think is fantastic, because then I can bring that in for a little softness. This one we might need to cut because it's a little big. And then I had pulled these. I'm not sure if I want to use those. I don't think I do. I think I want to try to just stick with what I've got here. And let's see if I have another closed. I do. Here's another closed hexagon. I think I want that. And maybe we bring it a little bit closer to the actual garden itself. See, and this is a lovely long piece of vellum, but it's too long, so I'm going to cut it. Let's see if we have another solid. Another solid hexagon. And I do, because I feel like that's kind of getting lost, where that white with the gold trim is giving me like more of a definition, a defined area. So let's set those in there. Okay, that I like. Yes. Okay, we're gonna rip that and have that coming out of there. Yes, that I'm liking. Okay. This is just too long, so let's do that with this. And I'm gonna set that there. Oh, that I like right there. All right, so let's see what we've got over here. This one I think we could cut into two parts. grab some scissors. I'm going to fussy cut that part off. And then I'm going to put this one over it, like that. Loving this. Loving this. Okay, let's do the yellow. That's too long, so let's trim that down like that. Yep, there it is. And I just don't know. Oh, we could put the butterfly at the end of the title. Yes, that's what we're gonna do. All right, let's begin the process of adhering things down. So I'm gonna start with the little hexagon. There we go. So that's gonna go there. Let's put some dimension on this. Okay, we're gonna definitely foam this up. All right, so before I take those off, I'm going to get the vellum piece down. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of adhesive on that. A little bit of tape runner. And I'm just gonna tuck that under like so. And now I can take the backing off of this. And the thing is, these photos are so busy. That's why I had limited the busy paper to just that little bit, that 1 1/4 inches, so that you would be able to focus in on my photos. Okay, that looks good there. Let's do this side over here. Don't need these, so let's get those out of our way. Okay, we're gonna put this down first, the hexagon, as the anchor. And I like it here in between these two photos. Let's put some foam on this one. Now next Sunday we will be doing a card, a fall card. And again, before we put this on, and I sort of want it like that, I want to do a little bit of regular adhesive on these. There we go. And we will now do the title area. I'm going to start with the hexagon first. And by layering the flowers, you get a whole lot more dimension. Okay, and we're going to put that right there. All right, now using the liquid glue and a pair of tweezers, I'm going to do the title. And I'm going to allow the title to sit right at the top of the line of the busy floral paper. It will act as a shelf for my title. Okay, crazy question. When do you put out your Halloween decorations? Do you put it out now in September? Do you put them out after the 1st of October? Do you wait till the middle of October? When do you put your Halloween decorations? Hi, Valerie. I see you just messaged me, however, I can't answer at the current moment. So I will answer when I exit the live. If you're not coming tonight, it's fine. I will put it in my door for tomorrow. Just know that there will be a second kit in my door. Hi, Mary Lynn. For another person to pick up their kit. So just make sure you grab yours and not theirs. Okay, no, I have guard. Yep, I have it right. Gar and then den. I will be posting probably soon the November crop. So we will be doing a November crop. Now I really do need 4 or more people for the crops. If not, I might have to discontinue the crops altogether, which would be very sad. So get your girlfriends together and let's craft together. Now this alphabet was cut from the mini alphabet die from Stampin' Up, which it is one of my favorites. This one and Alphabet a la Mode. And there is a new one. I have not gotten it yet, but I will probably be asking for it for Christmas or for my birthday. And it is big. It is so, so pretty. I need some more foam tape. There we go. So now for our butterfly. I might have cut too much. I did. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of fold up these wings just a little. And then I'm going to just put a little bit of foam on the outer edges. And by doing that, it is giving the illusion of the dimension of the butterfly. So I'm just putting it on this upper edge. And we're going to go right there with it. There we go. Now I had pulled this because I didn't know if I could use any of this. So let's see. I don't think I can. Because it's really not something that's paint. But that I just thought was, oh, so pretty. So that's why I pulled it, because I liked this. I love art. And I kind of like it down here. And I think I'm going to use it. Use those things that are in your stash. I just got it. There we go. And I'm going to tuck it just that little bit. There we go. Oh, I love that. That really turned out good. All right, we need to add some gems, I think, of some sort. So let's set this all together like that. And I just have to find some that I like. Oh, and I have some pink, and I think that would work lovely. So these are called Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink Gems. So I believe that's what I'm going to use. Let's grab my Take Your Pick tool. And let's add some. Let's put one there. Lovely. Just like that. And we're going to do over here. Just like that. Just that little bit really ties it all together. And that is our layout. Now my flip-flaps will go on once I have it into the album. And this is the Chihuly Garden, which is just unbelievably gorgeous. So I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. And this video will be moved over to the YouTube channel, probably today or tomorrow. And please like and subscribe over at the YouTube channel, because Facebook is deleting the videos after 30 days. So, yeah. And our next Sunday Fun Day will be next week, and we will be doing a card. So, watch for the measurements to come out on Wednesday. And have a great week. All right? Good night.